Okay, I believe you. Hey guys, it's Wahima, but just call me Wah. Melanated! Welcome to my recap of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days. This is season 4, episode 14 and 15. Why are there 14 and 15 episodes in this season? Yolanda was a complete waste of everybody's time. And I feel like they just phoned in the last couple of segments with them. And it was just so dumb. So since it was so dumb, let's just start off with Yolanda and whoever the fuck Williams is. Okay, so honestly, in this last episode 15, I didn't see them at all on it because I had to watch it normally without any pausing or whatnot because I had to watch it live. And girl, what happened? Nothing. They were using their own cameras. Producers weren't even there, and we're not in COVID. Hi, Danny. Yeah, this is last live. So why did we even talk about them? And I'm just upset that they're even a thing. Like, we know it's fake. We know that she is scamming. So here's the tea that I heard from Yolanda very early on. This is what I heard. I heard that Yolanda just on the internets, on the social medias, on the Facebooks, meeting guys, right? So she met one guy, and that guy is the Williams. And then she started talking to another guy. So she started to like the Williams, and she knew that he wasn't real because that other guy started to tell her that that guy was scamming her. And I don't know how. They must know each other in real life. They're somewhere in Nigeria. And the guy was trying to take Yolanda from the Williams. And Yolanda decided that it was fake, but she was going to go on this show to try to get publicity for her book or whatever it is, her workout, whatever. So she's just trying to go after fame. And so because her story is so ridiculous, TLC or Matt Sharp, they pounced on it. But they couldn't actually find Williams. Because I think what they did find is that one guy who was willing to come forward and say, yeah, the Williams is fake. But we don't know if the Williams and that guy are actually the same person. And he's just like being another type of catfish, letting her to believe that she has two different men running up after her. So there's the tea on scamming ass Yolanda. Okay. Like, it's annoying. Danny says, why can't we just set up Yolanda and David? I don't know. They live in the same state. I mean, they live in the same city too, but maybe Yolanda doesn't want to go traveling with David. And also David wants a very specific type of woman that Yolanda is not. If you guys want to hear what I have to say about David and Lana, please go to my next video or my other video that I already posted about David and Lana. It's a scam. I don't believe it. David is a whole fool and a half. All right, so that's all I have to say about Yolanda. We do have to see them in the tell-all. I don't know what happened with that private investigator, so if you do know what happened with it, go ahead and leave it down below, but I honestly didn't watch their segment. All right, so the next segment that was whack is Darcey. Yo. So in episode 14, Darcey and Stacy are in the car. They are driving and talking about how she's not talking to Tom. And she says the same things that she always says when she's talking about Tom. She says, I gave my heart. I know my strength. I tried my best. It didn't work. I'm not going to give up on love. Like all these things that she just keeps saying about Tom. And it's just like, who the F cares, Darcey? Now, I love Darcey. But this was an absolute waste of a Before the 90 Days. Why wasn't she on What Now? You know what? I watched one episode of What Now, and I really think that Avery and Omar should have been on Before the 90... Oh, no, they're not Before the 90 Days, though. Damn it. Who should have been on Before? There's no one. Before the 90 Days has to be new couples. I don't understand why Darcey and Yolanda were even on this season. And if so, they should have been in 3 episodes and 3 episodes max. They could just let it go after, the 5th episode, and we'd be good. Oh, it took so long to get to that confrontation between her and Tom. And then it took so long for now we just, I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm so frustrated. Anyways, so Darcey and Stacy are in the car. They pick up some flowers. They start talking about their brother because I guess it's the anniversary of his death. And listen, I'm not saying that anybody doesn't feel the death of a sibling or a loved one like it wasn't yesterday. But her brother died in 1998. I thought he had died recently. I didn't realize that he died 20 years ago. And they're talking about how the brother was a lover of love and how he would have never given up on love. He passed away when he was 28 years old, and that he was just really there to protect his siblings, and he loved Darcey and Stacy. And so they then go to his grave. And I guess Darcey and Stacy are really from Middleton, Connecticut. This whole time I thought they were raised in like New Jersey, and they just ended up in Connecticut because their style and their fashion doesn't read Connecticut to me, unless there's like some like weird Italian like mafia like kind of ghetto like community in Connecticut that I'm not aware of. I mean, I guess Tanya lives there, and Tanya's mom looks like she might belong to that community. So wait, maybe I'm wrong, and I just don't really know what Connecticut is. Anyways, so they go and take flowers, and I'm like, what does this have to do with Before the 90 Days? Is it because they just wanted to tie in love? And how the brother was like love and love and House of 11. And they get out of the car, and all of a sudden these are like bohemian. Like, what are they wearing? They're just like in like long, flowy, like peace and love, hippie dippy outfits. And they go to his gravesite. They're sitting on the ground and they're crying. And then there's like a headstone behind that person that says Silva on it. And I'm just like, did we need this? Like, I don't understand what this was for. I mean, you know, rest in peace, her brother. But like, what exactly, why did we, why? So anyways, their next segment is Stacy sitting by the door. They're in the house, and Darcey is like, oh, I gotta zhuzh up. So she's like slapping stuff on, and like they have a suitcase. I don't know why I see a suitcase. I don't know where I see this suitcase from. And Darcey's like doing this and you know, doing whatever in the mirror, talking about how she has to look good. And I'm just like, where are they going? Like, oh my God. Like, what's going on? So then Darcey comes out from the bathroom and she goes up to Stacy and she's like, okay, Stacy, you ready? And Stacy's like, yeah, I've been ready. Stacy's looking at her like she's crazy. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you getting this dressed up? What's happening besides these camera crew here? And like, you know, they know all the crew. You know what I'm saying? Every single person behind the camera is their good friend. Okay. They have real good rapport with the camera crew. So they get into the car. We still don't know where they're going. And they again start talking about Tom. Stacy's like, have you talked to Tom? Darcey's like, no, he tried to contact me. He blocked me. I mean, I blocked him. And then he tried to get one of his friends to contact me. And then he tried to get his mother to contact me. And I was like, his mother? What? This all feels very fake and fraudulent. I don't believe for 1 second that this man got his mother to try to talk to you. To say what? Didn't his friend already tell him to leave Darcey alone? Okay. So then Stacy's like, well, is he still with that woman? And Darcey's like, the blonde? I don't know. And I'm like, the blonde Darcey? Like, what in the entire world is happening right now? It was just such an unnecessary car scene with them. So I gave my heart. I know my strength. I tried my best. And then they get to their destination. And where the hell are they gone to? The nail shop. Darcey spent all that time in the mirror because she was going to the nail shop? Girl, are you kidding me? Girl, she's just like, man, they're getting nails done. And then, like, you know, they start talking about, you know, Stacy's heroin addict fiance, model fiance from Bulgaria or somewhere. And I'm just like, didn't she break up with him? Didn't Florian cheat on her and she broke up with him? That's what I thought, but I guess I was wrong. And Darcey looks at Stacy when Stacy's like, oh, I want wedding nails. I want bling nails. And Darcey's like, you deserve it. And I'm just like, God, that sibling rivalry is so crazy. It's not unlike anything I will ever witness or understand. Hey guys, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. There are 182 people in this room and only 28 likes. For shame. For shame on you. Give me some likes. Let me look at my notes while you give me some likes. 30 likes. There we go. Let's try to get to 80. Okay. So Darcey's like, I don't need a man to put a ring on my finger or to put bling on my finger. I'm going to put bling on my finger myself. So she gets like, they get like wedding-esque blingy nails with like silver diamonds or whatever on it. And it's supposed to be this like, I am a woman, hear me roar. Yeah, like we're self-sufficient. We're just going to continue looking for love. Oh, girl, I understand Darcey, but I'm actually really happy that she has kids because this would be a hard road if she wanted to have kids at this age. All right. The next couple that we are going to talk about is Ed and his daughter. So Ed picks up his daughter who is like, they're both very tiny people, okay? And then he's like, I'm sorry. And the daughter's like, yeah, what were you thinking going there with a 23-year-old? And Ed's like, I was just being selfish because I wanted to try on my own. I just wanted to find love. And the daughter's like, okay. And they cry and then that's it. Who cares? Who cares about Ed? I'm glad that he's done. I'm glad that he's over with. I don't like him. All right. So next we're going to talk about Erica and Stephanie. So Stephanie has been home for a few weeks now, and she finally thinks it's the right time to tell her mom. Oh, wait. Did I talk about the fact that she inappropriately was dressed when she got on the plane leaving Australia and that she asked them if they had, like, masks because she forgot her masks or something? Like, I don't know why she didn't buy a mask before. Very confused before she left Adelaide. Australia. Did I talk about that? Maybe I didn't. So she's got her boobs out. She's at the airport. She's hoping against hope that Erica will show up at the airport and see her off. And I'm like, no, you don't deserve it. You are a lunatic. You do not deserve it. And so she gets on the plane. And when she touches down, she's wearing like more appropriate winter clothes. And her mom picks her up and she's so excited to see her dogs. And then they get into the car and the mom is trying to ask her some questions about, you know, how was her time and how did everything go? And she's being evasive and the mom can kind of feel it. And then they drop her off at home and then that's it. So a few weeks later, Stephanie feels like it's time for her to now tell her mom. So she goes over to her mom's house and she's like, I feel like it's time to tell my mom about Erica because it's part of who I am and I don't want to keep holding this secret or keeping the things inside. So she gets there and they're eating goulash, which looks delicious. It doesn't sound like it would be delicious, but it looks fucking delicious. So I didn't really know what goulash was. Apparently it's a stew. Didn't know. And so she is sitting down with her brother and her mother. And when she comes in, she starts to speak Czech. Is that the language? I'm not sure. I don't know. But she starts to speak the language with her mother, and it's kind of cute. And then they sit down, and she tells her mother, like, why she really went there. And her mother's reaction is so cringeworthy because it isn't like, I hate you, get out of my family, but it's very much so like, I think you're just confused because you've had such bad times with men. 2019? Okay. And then she's like, you know, I'm allowed to have my feelings. Of course, I'm not necessarily happy about it, but I love my daughter. And as long as she's happy, I'm happy. She's like, I've always seen you marrying a man. Oof, you know, I don't know. I just wouldn't have had that conversation on camera. I mean, I know it's a lot of people's experiences. And if she were like solely lesbian, not solely, I think that sounds weird. I'm not trying to disrespect the culture or the community at all, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, it just felt weird. Which is right, the mom's allowed to have her feelings about it, but it's just like, I'm so immersed in the culture that, like, for someone to say something like, it's just like, what? It's so normal for me that I don't, you know, have a feeling about it. So anyways, that's what she says, and that's the end of their segment. All right, so the next couple that we're going to talk about is Varya and Geoffrey. Okay, so Varya and Geoffrey, I already talked about them and how they have this like Mary against Varya situation, and this is what I found out for you guys. Someone told me that Varya confirmed that the time between him leaving Russia and her showing up in the US was 3 months. If that is true, Varya is certifiable. If that is true, Varya is certifiable. Varya needs to be put in the nut house if that is true. Because, girl, like, this man hasn't been talking to you for 3 months, hasn't been responding to your text messages for 3 months, and you have the audacity to show up on his doorstep and just attack another woman. So where we leave off is that we're still at the pool hall or the adult gaming center, and Varya calls to pull Mary aside. And first Geoffrey talks to Mary, and I don't really understand what they're talking about. But then Varya talks to Mary, and her friend gets a little protective and is like, "What do you want? You want to talk to Mary?" And I'm just like, "Who asked you? Can we let Mary solve her own problems, please, ma'am? I get that that's your girl, but like." So Varya's like, "Don't worry, she'll be fine." And Mary's like, "I know I'm gonna be fine. I'm just worried about her." I'm just like, okay. So they sit down, and I think that Mary's so upset that she cusses at Varya, and Varya takes it immediately as an offense. And I feel like Varya was going to say something peaceful, but then when Mary spoke to her in that manner, she was like, all bets are off and you need to stay away from him because he's my man and he doesn't love you. And I really hated this narrative. It was so icky and poo-poo. I just don't like the fact that these two women are fighting over this man. It's not the way we do things. I don't understand why they're fighting each other. I just don't get it. I don't like it. I don't get it. So Geoffrey and Varya end up like hanging out the whole time. And I guess he just kicks Mary to the curb. And he's decided that within these last couple of weeks of being with Varya, that she really is the one and he still has feelings for her. And that this entire time he's been pushing his feelings down. And he's been denying himself, and he just rushed into this relationship with Mary because he really wanted to be in a relationship and he wanted to forget about Varya. But now that she's there in front of him, he can't forget her. So he ends up introducing Varya to his children. They go into some big like place. It looks like it's hot, but it's cold, and they can see like Knoxville. And she's like, "I think I could live here." And he's just like, "What are you talking about? You said that you were a city girl. Now all of a sudden you think you can live here?" And she's like, "Yeah." So Varya's trying to get that visa, y'all. Okay. She wants that K1 visa to start immediately. And so he ends up proposing to her, and she says yes. They have a really beautiful dinner like on the Tennessee River or something, or the Mississippi, not sure. But here's the deal. I love the way Varya talks. I think that Varya is very communicative about how she's feeling and what she wants, and she always asks the right questions, and I really like that. I like that she's like, how are you feeling? What do you want? Where do we go from here? What does the future look like? I like that about her. So Varya says yes, and I think the next day she leaves, and he's going to start the K1 visa process. Fast forward to the future, they're not together right now. They're not going to be on the tell-all, so we really don't know what's going on. So if you guys have any tea about what's going on with Varya and Geoffrey as of now, please leave it down below, because I'm not going to go search them out. But if you already know, like based on his lives, because he's been on IG acting up, girl. But if you know what's going on with them and like why they broke up and what's going on, you can go ahead and leave it down below so that, the rest of the crew can figure it out, because I'm not going to tell them. So the next couple that we are going to talk about is Usman and Lisa. So episode 14, Lisa and Usman are about to get married, and they start to fight over something dumb, and then they go into the hallway to have a private conversation, but they're totally mic'd. You know what I'm saying? The mics are hot. And we pick up the whole conversation where Usman's just trying to get Lisa to calm down, and Lisa's trying to get Usman to understand her point of view. And of course, it's like they're just arguing. It's like Lisa just wants to push his buttons and make him feel a certain way so that he reacts in a certain manner, and then she can know that he really loves her. That's what I feel. Like she's too old for this, these triggers. So his brother, Farouk and Muhammad. Farouk comes from out of town to be at the wedding, this sham-ass wedding. And they're there and they want to have a conversation with Lisa. Like, I think more so like a, hey, you guys are getting married, here's what married life is like kind of conversation. And she's excited. Thank you, Akila. Thank you so much. Oh, the audio is crackling? Oh, what does that mean? I can't fix the audio. Quasi says, I think Usman expresses well her first language, not his. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry that the audio is crackling. I can't fix that. I don't know how to do that. So I really think that Lisa is there to kind of rope in his brothers to be on her side. She wants to tell her brothers, I'm mad about sound. How do I fix it? Anyway, she wants to tell her brothers, his brothers, about Usman's behavior. I almost think so that they can like talk some sense into him. And so when they even pseudo seem to side on with him, she freaks out and gets up and walks away. And Usman is like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this is what I can't manage. She is constantly doing this. It's the same behavior. And even when the brothers try to call her back to have a conversation, she still gets up and walks away. So he's like, my brothers are going to see that she's a nutball and that they're going to tell my mom, and then we're not going to be able to get married. So I don't know. Someone is saying that there's a Dollar Tree head clip. I didn't see that. I didn't see their wedding. So there's my shock to you guys. I did not see their wedding, but I did hear that she didn't have a bra on. The only thing I saw of them for last episode was that, no, let's still stay on episode 14. There's still so much that happens in episode 14. Okay. So when the mom gets there, they wash their feet in the toilet, which I don't understand why she chooses to wash her foot in the toilet. Like, there was a shower there, girl. Just wash it. If the mom did it in the toilet, then you could be like, I'll just use the shower. But honestly, I don't even think the toilet looked clean to me, so it's fine. So they go to pray, and Lisa prays with the family. And it looks like, does Usman pray? I don't know. He was like sitting in back or something. Or maybe it was all the girls. I'm not sure what was going on exactly. And then he proposes to her, like in the bathroom, or right outside the door or something crazy. Because that was the argument they were having. She's like, if you don't propose to me and then we just get married, people are going to think that we're getting married because I'm knocked up. I'm sorry, who is going to think that, ma'am? No one in this entire world thinks that you're pregnant with his child. And that's why you guys are rushing to get married. We all know that the reason why you're rushing to get married is for that K1 visa. 110,000 American percent. Okay? 110,000 American percent. No one thinks what you're thinking. So then after that, he calls her an African queen, and I died. African queen. I just felt my ancestors roll over in their graves, okay? They did a backflip, they popped up, and they said, what is this? And they laid back down, okay? That was so, I mean, listen, I haven't been African for at least 10 generations, but I'm going to go ahead and be offended for the Africans out there, okay? I'm fucking offended. That shit was crazy. He said African queen. That shit is out of control, crazy bananas, okay? Okay, anyways. So he proposes. She's so happy. It's everything she's ever wanted. And I'm like, girl, that's the proposal you've wanted? That's everything you've ever wanted? Wow, the standard is real low. Real low. So I know they end up getting married next episode, but I don't know exactly what happens. I don't know what's going on. But I do know that she had the dress made there in Africa, she had the dress made locally and it didn't fit properly or something. God, I saw her and she looked like the 80s, you know? It was like big and puffy, and it was a lot of like lace with like, it's just not cute. It's just not cute. What are you guys saying? I really wonder if Lisa and Usman planned this whole thing for the career promotion and she got a few coins. I mean, I don't know. It's her. She is, I mean, awful. But what I do know is that her nails were actually done. You know, they weren't chipped and looking crazy. They were like beautiful and red. She really does love a good red nail. All right, you guys, there's 333 people in this room and only 95 likes. For shame! For shame. I'm going to wait while you guys give me some likes. Those of you who haven't liked this video, go on ahead and give me some likes. What did I put for Lisa and Usman? I put leaving. Oh, this is for episode 15. Before I move on to episode 15. Oh, 116 likes. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so we're moving on to episode 15 with them. And she's leaving. Okay? And she's so like upset because she's like, I'm leaving my best friend. Usman is my destiny. Or Usman, I think his name is Usman. Is my destiny. I want you to hold a pillow at night and think of me. Meanwhile, Usman is just really trying to get her on the plane so that he can just live a life. Like he's just over her entire visit, over her saying that she's hot, over her saying that she's uncomfortable, over her talking about Nigeria and saying she can't wait to get back to the United States where things are normal and people are free or some shit. Like all this negative stuff that she's saying about his hometown, his home country, his home continent. He is ready for her to get back on the plane and go home. And she's over there crying. And I just can't feel anything but relief. Relief for him. She says, he's my husband, he's my everything, and it's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life. Getting out of an abusive relationship wasn't the hardest thing you've had to do in your life. Going through labor wasn't one of the hardest things you've ever done in your life. No, but leaving Usman at the airport is one of the hardest things you've ever done in your life. She's like, I need to make sure that he's faithful to me. But her idea of being faithful is him staying in the house and literally not talking to anybody. And if he does talk to a woman, it's his sisters. That's her idea. Like, this man is not allowed to do what he wants to do for his career, for his own person. He's a captive. She wants him to be her slave. Ugh, I'm just ready for this to be over with. And I hear we have a 2-week. No, we can't have it. We can't have a 2-week tell-all, okay? Because The Other Way starts on Monday. It starts on the 5th, I think. Let me look at my calendar to tell you when it starts. Wait. Oh, it must start on the 8th, not the 5th. It must start on the 8th. Oh. All right, so who else did we miss? Who else do I need to talk about? Lisa. I think that's it, right? I talked about everybody. Who is this person? Who are these people? Diane K. Hello, wow, I made it. Girl, you're at the end. I know, I'm hearing about this weird sound. Is it my fan? Did the sound go away? Oh, Ash and Avery. Thank you so much. Oh, I'm too hot. I hope it wasn't my fan. Whew. Oh, it did go away? Okay, I take it off. Let me go get a fan, though. Ugh. Okay, so Ash and Avery. So in their segment, Avery's going to go home and she's feeling real sad that she isn't going to be able to wake up next to Ash anymore. Okay, the D is gone, right? That hot body, that cute face is going to be gone. So he takes her to the water's edge to have a conversation about their future. And he finds out, or she finds out, But in order for him to come to the US, he's going to have to get a proper passport in Australia, which means that he's going to have to do like something from his Mauritius passport. And that makes sense because he can't use his Mauritius passport to get to the US. The process is going to take a lot longer. Like there are certain countries that basically have free reign. I mean, you still have to apply for the visa, but it's going to be so much easier for him to get a visa coming from Australia, especially because he already is coming from Australia, right? Visas are a very tricky thing. If you want to get a visa to come to the US, but your passport is not one of the first world or NATO countries or something, then you have to fly out from the land that your passport is from. So he would have to fly to Mauritius, apply for the visa, do all that stuff, and then fly from there. A darker color would look better. Whew, here we go. Angel or Angle, you are being blocked. Hide user on this channel. Yeah, something in my lips. This looks great on me. I talked about Ed already. I already talked about Ed. Okay, so what else? Oh yeah. So she finds that out and she just kind of looks like all this information is a little too much for her. She kind of looks like a deer in the headlights a lot of the time. She's like she's just taking all the information in. And so I like that. Like people are like, oh, she's so weird, or oh, she's this, like, and I'm like, she's just taking all of it in. It's a lot to take in. She's not just as emotional and she doesn't emote as much as he does, which I appreciate. So he tells her all this and she's just like, it's so sad. I'm not going to be able to sleep next to him. It's so sad. I'm going to miss you so much, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I definitely want to marry you. Like, I definitely want to marry you. So there's that. And I'm like, that got to make her feel good. Newsflash, they're not together. So there's that. Spoiler alert. They're not together. They broke up again. And I understand why. Like, she can't trust Ash. I like him, but like, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with him. He's too emotional and he like gaslights and he doesn't like to say his feelings. No, he's too emotional is not correct. There's nothing wrong with being emotional. I just don't like the way he fights. Oh, I'm hurt. God, thank you. Someone told me the sound is still bad, so I could turn my fan back on. It's hot. It's like 90 something degrees. Let me see what time. And then I'm upstairs, and then the air conditioning hasn't been on all day because we're getting construction done, and just like a lot. Oh, it's not telling me anything because my phone is off. Wow. I was just looking at stocks. The Nike stock. I own Nike stock. I bought my Nike stock for like $33 a share. It's $100 right now. I'm not going to sell it, but like, wow. My Starbucks stock has gone down too. Oh, poor Starbucks. It's only 77. It's crazy. Anyways, there was that. Turn your fan on. The sound is so bad. Thank you. Okay, so yeah, I was like, wow, look at that stock. I don't even pay attention to the stock because honestly, I'm not going to sell it. So like, there's no reason to look at it now, You only really make the money if you purchase it at a low price and then it goes up and then you sell and it's like a game. But I don't have enough money to play the game. I just have enough money to like put a foot in and just watch it happen. And then when I feel like things are going to go down, then I can sell it and put it into a CD and hope for the best. It's like hard. It's hard. Okay. So, yeah. I'm tired now. We're at 34 minutes. All right, you guys. So that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. And let's have a Kiki and a conversation down below. And if you want to stick around, you're more than welcome to stick around, but I'm going to go to the comment section to talk to the people who are here live. But if you're not and you want to be done with this video and be done with this season and be done with this episode, please, by all means, remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Okay. I don't have enough to buy individual stocks. I have invest in ETFs, LOL. You know what I was going to do? I was given some, so I have a 401k and I was going to do I'm with Fidelity and I was going to do what is it when you do the top like 20 or top 5 biggest stocks and then it like, thank you, Marianne, for the super chat. When you do like, what is it called? Yeah, I did talk about Yolanda. Okay. What is it called? What is it called? S&P 500. Haha! Got it out. So I wanted to put mine in like S&P 500 fund because what it does is it puts your money and it buys stock from the biggest shareholders. I'm not saying the right words because I don't really know what I'm doing. I was just given advice to do the S&P 500 mutual funds. Yeah. Index funds. Yes, index funds. Haha. So yeah, I was definitely given the advice to do that. So I was going to do that. I mean, here's the deal. I don't have as much savings as some people do, but I do have more savings than a lot of people do. And so at my age, I figure I got another 20 years, maybe 25 years to keep working. So if I have as much as I have, and I've been working for about 20 years, and I've had a 401k since like 2004 from different companies, because I used to work for Starbucks and I used to work for a Nike affiliated, which is why I got that stock for only $33 because at that time the stock was $59, but Nike sold it to us at a discount. So that's the reason why. So I don't just go in and buy stock. I don't have enough like funds. I'm not living like I don't have enough like extra dough to just buy whatever. Because some of the funds that I want to buy or the stocks that I want to buy are like $200 a share. And it's like, do I have 10,000 to buy? No, I don't. So I mainly just I keep my shares that I received from Nike and from Starbucks. I already sold it like an idiot, but I keep those monies like in that account so that, when things happen, I have it if I need it, but things haven't happened. So I'm lucky. Oh yeah, I did hear that Tom trapped Avery, but honestly, I heard that Avery and Ash are broken up. So here's the tea: that Ash wanted to test Avery's resolve or like love for him, and after they broke up, he told Tom to hit on Avery and ask her out, and so Tom did. And Avery said yes, and it was like a gotcha haha moment, but it like really isn't especially if they were broken up. And be like, was Avery gonna fly? Like if Tom wants to hang out with her, if he comes to Seattle, why wouldn't she hang out with him? They're castmates. Oh, Quasi, you sold Apple? No! It happens though. Like, it really does happen. And here's the deal with stocks. You're not like rich because you have stocks. Like, in order to make the money off of them, you have to sell them. So you have to buy it at one price and then wait for it to go up and then sell them. And then the difference between that money is like your profit or whatever. And then you would take that money and put it into something else. So it's like a game. It's like a money's game. It really is like playing numbers. And then at some point, you need to get help with actually getting the money and get taxed on it and stuff like that so that you can use it. But really, the average Joe, when they receive stocks from their company, the whole point of it is to someday sell them because either you got them for free or you bought them at a discount, and then you get to sell them and add them towards your retirement. So there's that. Let's see. Tom is thirsty for screen time. Now what? That's trashy of Ash. Hey, who's your all-time favorite couple? Have you done a video on them? Where would you rank them? Oh, great answer. Great question, L. Alexander. My all-time favorite couple for drama is Anfisa and George. And I don't think I like George. I think I love Anfisa. And then next is Larissa. I don't like Colt at all, but I do like the way Larissa played the game. Okay, now as far as real couples that like, I'm like, okay, those couples are real and they really did love each other. I would say it would have to be Alexi and Lauren. They're boring AF, but I do like the fact that like they're real. I also like Andre and Libby. Like I like the people who like they let us in to see their drama, be it made up or not made up, but that it's real and they were married and like they, you know what I'm saying? Like they loved each other and they're doing it. I like that. You know? I think that Larissa was giving us good TV and she was willing to stick it out with Colt, but Colt did a lot of psychological stuff to her that was just unnecessary. And he expected so much out of her just for bringing her to the US. And why would any woman who looks the way she looks and whatever would want to live with him and Debbie? Like he needed, if he really wanted that, he needed to bring Karini. You know, he needed to find somebody like Karini to go live with Debbie. Right? And as we're going to see in the new, I don't know what season it is, but Paul and Karini are coming back. Are they in 90 Day the Other Way? I think so. And Karini's in the US living with Alice and Paul. But that's who, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's who he needs to get, is somebody like Mousy. Somebody who is just like gonna be grateful to like have the opportunity, not Larissa. Andre is much better now that he isn't being edited to be a butt. Yeah. I didn't watch the season with Danielle and Muhammad. I missed it. I saw the very last season where she's like running down Miami streets yelling and with her binder full of evidence. And I was just like, this poor woman. But I couldn't have watched Danielle. Like, I look at Danielle and I'm just like, how the fuck did you think this was real? No, one, two, he's gay. In my opinion, he might not be, but like, I just like, it's too, no. And then like, when he embarrassed her on national TV talking about like her vagina was stinky, like, it just made me like, she just made me sad, you know? And I'm glad that she's making the money she's making with cameos and whatnot. But like, I watch her and I'm just like I just, it's like watching Honey Boo Boo and all them without like the like WT overtures. Like, I feel like Honey Boo Boo, they like, their whole thing was like, we're white trash, we're hillbillies, we're rednecks. Like, I just think that I like the fact that they like leaned into that thing and then we were just watching them be crazy. And then I watched Danielle and I'm like, the difference between Danielle and Honey Boo Boo Nim is that one's in the South and one's not. But they're the same folk. And it's just like, you know, I need you to lean into the thing that's keeping me there. And I just can't watch Danielle. Like, ugh. They've been replaying season 1 on a TLC this week. I've gotten some of those couples. Oh, I have to watch it. Hey, Fiona. All right, you guys, we're at 43 minutes. I think we're done. All right, you guys. So next week we're going to have the tell-all. So let's talk about the tell-all next week. Hopefully I'm in a better headspace to film videos. But who knows, you know, like, again, it's a lot. Like, I can't sit down and edit a video when like so much is happening in the world. And it's harder for me to stay focused. This has been a nice respite. this 45 minutes because otherwise I would have been on my phone checking Instagram, checking Facebook, checking Twitter. Like I just keep consuming content and I try not to. So the only other thing I could do is watch Bollywood movies. So if you're into Bollywood movies and you want to see me review them or talk about them, join me on Instagram at Just Call Me Wa. I love SRK. I love him. So I watch all of his movies. But yeah. Hair details before you go. Oh, so this hair is better length hair. This is what it looks like. They're clip-ins. And so I purchased them because my hair is long enough now for me to do something. It's still broken, but it's a really great alternative to braids because I think the braids were kind of like going towards my broken hair and my hair breaking, but also like I don't have the money and it's Corona, shit. So we can't be at the hair salon. So here are the clips and I just like braid my hair in cornrows in the back. And then this I just slicked up into ponytails and then I clip them in. So it was a little expensive. They only give like a $5. I like searched Instagram and YouTube for somebody who was giving some kind of discount, but all I saw was $5 off. I got the kinkiest hair because I am a 4C, like a natural 4C. I'm not trying to pretend. Oh, thank you, Jessie Lee. Thank you for the super chat. I'll show you the name of the company. They are a Chinese company. So it took a little bit for them to get here. It comes in this like silk bag. And one bundle was enough. The total for this was $180. I also got an edge brush, an edger brush that they added in there, or that I paid for. And yeah, so I have like the clip I showed you was like how many clips? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then the one I have on the back here is 5. I have a 4 in the back. And when I say 4, I just mean the amount of clips. So the length of it is longer. So this one is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one is 3. And then the one that's wrapped around it is 2. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces in my hair right now. And I have this remaining and I have a few other remaining somewhere. Oh, up there. So I have 1, 2, 3 up there, 4. So you can make it super big if you want to. But this hair up here is so broken and brittle that I can't actually braid it or do anything with it. Like when I braid it or when I try to leave it out to like mix in with this hair, you can still see the track because it's so thin and broken. And I'm trying to like make it grow, but it grows. Like the sides are healthy, the certain parts in the back, but I have huge patches of just where the hair is this big. And I'm like, how did it break? I don't even touch my hair. My hair is in braids. So I'm thinking that maybe the braids are too heavy on certain parts of my scalp. So this happens. So what I'm doing now is just going to keep it protective styled with cornrows and then just do this. So, oh, your eyebrows. Oh my God, my eyebrows are horrendous. I had to buy like a self-waxing kit to get my underarms. So I'm like, so I go around to each family member. I'm like, just pull this real quick. All right, TMI. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. And yeah, if you want to talk to me on Instagram. Okay, just call me Wa on Instagram. Yep, there it is. All right, remember to be you, be true, and find your place. Bye. Jumping the line, rock your body on time. Okay, I believe you. Jumping.